Hey, welcome to another The Compass 77 video. And I thought that for this video, as it is the 3rd of September 2025, and yesterday naturally was the 2nd of September 2025, and I was meant to record this video yesterday, I thought I'd record it today. And it's about my C license, the Grassroots C license that I got 3 years ago. I passed the exams, passed the C license course, and in Poland, even though it's a Grassroots C, it is the UEFA C, so that's what it is. And towards the end of this year, it's meant to be prolonged. I'll get everything sorted out to prolong the license, and then they're going to switch it to UEFA C, so it's going to be like UEFA C then, so because it's the same thing. So but when I did it, it was still Grassroots C. That's why I have everywhere Grassroots C at the moment. But yeah, looking forward to seeing it as a UEFA C, because it will make it easier if I ever want to go for a UEFA B license course. I don't have to do it here in Poland. I can maybe go to England and do it there, and if they see UEFA C, okay, we understand that. I might have to make up a module or two then, but it'll be a lot simpler than having it as Grassroots C. But anyway, I wanted to mention about this first period and how I see it, how it's been, and my views on the past 3 years. Now, the qualification I have, the C license, it gives me the right to lead sessions with primary school children, so to the under 13s in Poland. There are, I think, some grown-up groups that I can also coach. However, my main focus was always to coach the children, so I never really looked into other like age categories, teams, because yeah, I mean, coaching the children always seemed to, for me personally, that it was great fun. You could be yourself, you know. I'm a person who likes to be happy and you know, be able to be a bit goofy and have that kind of really nice approach, where with the adults sometimes it's more like the task is the most important thing, which I get it, but the way I see it, fun, enjoyment, that's like at the foundation. That should be the foundation. And you know, it's great to see someone come in at that young age and then stay with the game, you know. And it's just something that, you know, I relate to more. So when I got this qualification, you know, I was really looking forward to it. I was expecting to be given the benefit of the doubt at least, and say, yeah, go lead a group. But I got back to the club I was helping out at the time, and I was told, you know what, we don't need your help. So basically that season I was without a club, and then the past 2 seasons almost I was at FC Wrocław Academy as a volunteer assistant. And you know, I've mentioned it in some videos, I just couldn't offer as much as I wanted to. I couldn't really make those decisions because I was just a volunteer assistant at the end of the day, you know. And unfortunately, yeah, there isn't something like a pit stop mentality in most places here, where there's, you know, I like that, because when there's no kind of thing where you have the lead coach and assistant. But you know, being a lead coach, you know, that should have given me those opportunities. And I just, you know, I've reached out to some people here, and I just haven't been I never got that opportunity. So if I had to like look back and weigh up everything, what I was able to do, there were some good moments, of course. And you know, the fact that I've functioned like all year round now is unbelievable. That winters, I embrace them now, and I'm not worried or concerned about winters. Unbelievable. So that's a massive plus. However, I have to like weigh up everything, and if I had to give this a mark out of 10, it would be probably 6, which doesn't sound too bad. But to be honest, I was hoping that it would be like closer to 9. You know, I know that sounds like, wow, 9, that's quite, but you know what, it should have been possible. It really should have been possible. There are some other issues connected to why I wasn't given those chances, but that's for a different video, I think. Yeah, that's for a different video. But just for now, I just want to say that I'm looking forward to growing as a coach. Where next, I'm not sure, but it's going to be somewhere where I explain what's happened, and that I'm not going to be open to being a volunteer assistant or an assistant just. I can be a lead coach and an assistant. That's something that I would agree to. You know, if, for example, they need a lead coach, naturally I want that. And then if someone needs an assistant because they need an extra coach to help, I can do that as well. I can agree to that. So that wouldn't be too bad. But it can't be just like me, just as an assistant or a volunteer assistant. I'm not going to agree to that anymore, because I can see that a lot of people don't see the volunteers as value, which, you know, for me it would be unbelievable if I saw somebody, you know, giving up their time, not getting paid, and coming and being present. I would value that person so much. It's just not that mentality. So yeah, so all in all, 6 out of 10 for these first 3 years. My license is valid, my current license is valid to the end of this calendar year, the end of 2025. So yeah, looking forward to prolonging the license. There's a little bit for me to do with that, but yeah, looking forward to having that prolonged, for it to be UEFA C, and then we'll see if I go on further to UEFA B, but I've got to then have a clear idea why I want to do it. You know, if I'm still going to be coaching the kids, then to be honest, I would prefer them to change their pathway and enable people like myself to get onto a youth course, like a youth, something like a youth module, but that youth wing, so that you could specialize in being a coach for the youth. That would most likely be better for me, I think, so that I could be a specialist in that. Well, surprise, surprise, I watched it back, what I recorded. Have to record this last part of this video again. What I will say though, before I do end this video, the clouds today, the clouds in the sky, unbelievable today. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Feel free to subscribe, like, comment and share. Notification bell to stay up to date with everything to Compass 77, and I hope to come back with more videos very soon. And let's enjoy the footy, the football, let's enjoy it, because it's fun.